forte. S'il vous plaît, veuillez accueillir la récipiendaire de l'Esprit Tocara 2019, Susie Boisvert.
Well, I guess I don't have to tell you guys how nervous I am to be up here. I was reminded a few times that if I can talk in front of people during one of the saddest moments in my life, I can certainly talk in front of you all during one of my highest. So here it goes. I'm going to start by telling you a little bit about my story. As a young girl, I always had an entrepreneur passion in me. I went from making handmade scrunchies to making my own beaded jewelry and selling them at local churches. I had side photography gigs, doing some weddings. Hey, I think I'm gonna go get a nail certificate. I could do that. I was way better at getting them done than doing. With both Eric and I having very demanding jobs, we made a family decision. It was just too much. I needed to find something with less hours, closer to home, less stress. This decision was taken for so many reasons. Reasons that I'm sure we all can relate to. Young kids, activities, homeworks, baths. Oh, and I have to feed them too, right? Here's a little story. French expression, la goutte qui a fait déborder le verre. One day, around 6 o'clock, when I was rushing home from work, as I did on most days, to pick up my boys from the after-school daycare, my older son comes to me saying, Mommy, I got the lollipop today. I was like, oh, so fun! You got the lollipop today? How come, Nicholas, you got the lollipop today? Well, with his sticky hands and his sticky, beautiful little face, he said to me, Mommy, whoever gets picked up last gets the lollipop. I went from working 40 hours a week in a very stressful position to finding something at 30 hours a week, and that included starting to work for the family business at Technisilence. Always having pretty much a full-time job and still having a little entrepreneur passion in me, I always had something fun on the side. Mary Kay, party light, creative memories, but always took a back seat. Then in 2013, my aunt invited me to a Lia Sophia jewelry party. There was a past passion re-knocking on my door. Well, of course, I booked a show and got showered in tons of free jewelry. Whoops. Sorry. It took about a year of going to many other people's parties that had booked shows, and I also hosted a show every single time a new collection came out. Why? Because I wanted the new free jewelry. So then, sorry, my pages got a little mixed up. Then I was invited to a VIP event. Of course I went, because I heard they were giving away free stuff. Never thinking that maybe I would want to sell it. I mean, at this point in my life, I was married, working full-time, and I had 2 amazing boys that sure kept me on my toes. And a dog, too. I mean, my life was busy enough. Nope. The entire time, I'm like, wait a second, I think maybe I can try this. I could be the one spoiling my friends and making the commission. So I signed then and there. What do you think Eric said to me when I arrived home and told him? Knowing how many things I had tried, not always making any money, may I add. Dans quoi tu t'embarques encore? Understanding his comment, it obviously upset me, right? But instead of retracting my decision and returning my kit, I thought to myself, I'm going to show him. But most of all, I'm going to show me. Well, in what seemed to be a short year, I built a small team and was having a blast, meeting awesome new people and selling like mad. In that first year, I was starting to make a small difference in our family income. We took our first family trip to Cancun. Our family budget paid half, and my Leah Sophia earnings paid the other half. It was something to me. I was flying high. I may pull a few heartstrings here, and for that I do apologize, as some of you got hit much harder than I did. Nonetheless, I was devastated. On December 1st, 2014, we found out Leah Sophia was closing. What? No. I just found this awesome adventure that I was good at, and I had only started, and I was not done. After a few days of being in disbelief, I couldn't just mope around. I had a team looking at me for guidance. What now? Well, I needed to find out what was behind my next door. My team had shows booked. I had shows booked. Knowing 100% that I wanted to stay in the jewelry industry, I started my research, made many calls, met with many different companies. On December 8th, 2014, with many broken hearts, my team and I went to check out what this Tocara was all about. Little did I know that there it was, my next door. A Canadian company that had an awesome hostess program, super important, right? A lifetime guarantee and a quality that wasn't going to kill my business in the long run. There I was, listening to everyone who had everything that had been achieved that year, sales, leadership, trips. It was much more personal and real than what I had experienced in the previous year. Seeing Randall on stage and talking with such enthusiasm and passion instantly made me feel safe, and still does to this day. Thank you, Randall. Pascal, who took us all on with our thousands of questions, concerns, and tears. He even canceled his well-deserved vacation to make sure we started off on the right foot and felt taken care of, like a father would. 7 people from my team followed me on the Tocara adventure. Other than my mom and dad being my biggest fans, the first one to follow me was my biggest supporter, not only with this adventure, but in life, my sister Julie. I love you. Here I was, flipping my Leah Sophia shows into Tocara ones. The understanding and compassion I got from my customers and future hostesses was unreal. It took my breath away. Joining Leah Sophia or Tocara for me was never about the trips, but all of a sudden it became a thing for me. And there it was, how to earn the 2015 Tocara trip. So when my pages got mixed up before, I thought I forgot a part. I had also earned the trip to Jamaica with Leah Sophia for 2. And when we found out they were closing, well, we lost our trips, whoever had earned them. And so now we find out how we're earning the trip to Jamaica with Tocara. Well, what was my automatic reaction? I'm going to earn back what was taken from me. Without thinking too much, I did just that. I got it back.
Woo!
I earned the trip for 1. Again, my Tocara paid for half of Eric's trip and the family budget paid for the other half. Dans quoi tu t'embarques? What a trip that was. During that trip, I had a moment, a revelation really. Swimming in the ocean, talking with Pascal, I think, looking around me, soaking it all up, and thinking, wow, how amazing is this? I never not want to earn this. To vacation like this, visit beautiful places, all while I work my business, it's a no-brainer, really. Here I am in 2019, 5 years later, and I've earned every single trip since. A total of 5 now, not to mention the last 2 trips have been trips for 2.
Woo!
Dans quoi tu t'embarques? Well, let's take a minute here to talk about Eric then versus Eric now.
No. Stop.
He is now completely on board with all my goals and dreams, obviously. No, really, he gradually saw how this was a definite positive in both of our lives, our family lives. He not only loves the trips, he has made great friendships along the way. Mostly, I think he loves how Tocara has helped us. Not only financially, but how it played a huge role on my self-esteem and helped my strength, not only as a wife, mother, but as a woman. So those of you who are friends with Eric on Facebook, and if you're not yet, you're just asking for a friend request, sorry. You must have seen all he does. He shares all my posts, he shares all my recognitions, and always writes beautiful comments. So that's very nice. Thank you. And he even models them. And he puts posts on Facebook and Instagram. He's posing. So I'm not sure why. Megan, Rose, I'm not sure who's responsible for this, but I'm not sure how come he hasn't won hashtag style Tocara yet.
Where's she?
Always coming to gala dinner and supporting me. He this year is here right now for the first time for the entire conference. Thank you. With my 2 wonderful children, Nicholas and Jonathan, seeing me on countless times packing up to go to shows, always helping me with my bags, up and down the stairs, in and out of the car. I can't lie, there was some eye rolling here. But still always proud of Mom. Seeing how things have changed and some luxuries that they get now that they didn't get before. I don't know about all of you moms out there, but are you guys the Insta Bank as well? Yeah, Insta Mom. All fun family stuff, Costco bills, big ones. Bought a green egg for my husband. Well, it's actually for me too. Yearly family trips at Christmas. A new truck and a roulotte for family and couple getaways. And I don't know, Eric, if you know this, but it's been about 6 months now that I've been putting an extra $1,000 on the mortgage. Anybody to think that it's always easy, because it's not, and we all know that this domain has its ups and downs. In my case, from issues with time management, working 2 jobs, being a mom, my dad not always being super healthy, my own health issues, kids growing up, the bigger the kids, the bigger the problems, eh? From silver director to quickly becoming a pearl for 3 years, and may I say I was more often a weak pearl than a strong one. I lost my pearl bonus. Man, I was hard on myself. I suck. Let's talk for a second here, ladies. Who better to bring ourselves down than ourselves? Duh, we're terrible. Whatever, I'm only a silver director. I'm only a pearl director. I'm not a good director. I lost my bonus. I didn't earn Antigua. I missed GE1 going to Mont Tremblant, the first one. I only earned the trip for one. We must stop doing this to ourselves. One thing is for sure, consistency is key. Being on is key. Are there obstacles? Yep. For those of you that didn't know, I'm super accident prone. As Eric calls me, Gaston la gaffe. I fell on my bathroom floor pulling some sort of Barbie move. Picture Barbie with her, oh, there's a picture there, whoops. Picture Barbie with her legs all weird up in the air. Yeah, that was me. No clothes on. It was beautiful. With my kneecap being shattered to a torn meniscus, I was out of commission for over a month. There I was with my computer, working my 2 jobs from my bed, contacting all my customers, all my future hostesses, asking for them to postpone their shows. That's when I realized how thankful I was for all those monthly promotions and why they're there. They saved me that month. About a year later, I got this terrible rash from some sort of allergic reaction I had, gradually affecting every single part of my body. I looked hideous. I was on painkillers and Benadryl for weeks. Again, with the home office in bed, with cold compresses all over, I somehow made my month. Thank you, Tocara, for all the tools you provide us. My consistency was always there, weak but there. Starting slowly, going back on the field, back to doing shows, something happened. Not sure what exactly. Everything was aligned. I wasn't thinking too much. I was just doing it. You know, I was getting more comfortable getting out of that zone. The fear of recruiting was becoming less and less of a struggle. For this, I was proud of myself. My business was going awesome. Then my dad got really sick. He was in and out of the hospital for a few years, always fixing his little issues. Little did we know that this was the time he was not going home. You better call everyone, the doctor said. Not much longer. Can't be. He's gonna get fixed, he's gonna go home. With everyone he loved around him, like he would have wanted. If anybody wants to know where I get that from. We spent every moment around him, singing, laughing, and of course, many tears. We all had our moment with him. He became weaker and weaker, and we saw our most powerful family member, the captain of the Boisvert ship, slowly leave us, way too soon. He's here. Not sure how, but orders and directors, promotions, all still coming in for both my sister and I. Pascal, Megan, and Randall played a big part in this. I can't see my paper. Played a big part in this with their support and understanding. Megan and Pascal offering to do our shows. Pascal entering all my flash sale orders coming in by text, email, whatever. All was taken care of. Thank you again. You know when I really first started realizing that I was good? Thank you again. You know when I really first started realizing that I was good? When I was asked to talk here this year. Of course, other than being super nervous, I wrote everything down, read and reread what I wrote, and I realized all the accomplishments I have attained. They drown all the things that I didn't get. January 2018, I'm a weak girl with no directors. Then we go to Toronto. an event that was almost canceled. In 2 days, we recruited 13 people. And energy like I have never seen, yes. In 5 months, we promoted 3 directors, 2 pearls, and I became Ruby. Keeping this awesome momentum going, adding another pearl branch to my team, Emerald was attained 4 months later. I also realized how hard I was on myself when my team started really growing. When I was celebrating people from my team, their achievements. My Diami dreams, by the way, I love you guys so much, and without you, this is not happening. This would not be happening. You guys are awesome. Wow, you're a silver director. You're a rock star. Oh my God, having tears in my eyes when someone promoted to Pearl. Julie Montpetit, earning GE3, were on the phone crying. Joanne and Jody, earning their first trip. I couldn't contain myself. So ladies, be proud of yourselves. Be proud for being here this weekend. If you're here, it's because you take your business seriously and you want to do better and go up to the different level, out of the comfort zone. I suggest you write it down very soon. All the things you have achieved and done. Realize how good you are. It will change so many things in your business, in your life, including your business. Somehow during my lowest point in my life, my Tocara business was at its highest, and it wasn't stopping. Like my father always said, and what he would have wanted me to do, and how Queen sang it, the show must go on. And so it did, and it will continue to do so, one step at a time. Thank you, Tocara, for this positive, awesome distraction.